Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with a donation deck list from That Maverick Joe, looking at an Abzan list that is really just splashing for Leovold. So technically 4 colors, but Leo a really nice Green Sun Zenith target. It means we don't need to run Spirit of the Labyrinth in this version and have access to Leo through Green Suns, which is pretty sweet. And it's also a Fiend Artisan build, which is pretty cool. So we are running a few one-ofs in Plague Engineer, that's a little bit off color from like sort of a Green Suns route, and also a Sheoldred, which should be pretty cool. We can Green Suns for it because we can Green Suns for Fiend and then Fiend for Sheoldred, which is pretty cool. I've been a big fan of playing around with Fiend, but I just haven't really had the time, so really cool to see Maverick Joe add this in. The only change I made to the list was I took out the second Bayou for a Trop, just because I like to be able to cast all my spells with my mana base, so drawing Leovold without a mana dork means we can still get him onto the field, which is great. And then also, I added in a Outland Liberator to the main deck, just because we aren't playing anything like Prismatic Ending, so I want to have some sort of out to an artifact or enchantment in the deck, and that was in place of the second Fiend Artisan. So the board as well is pretty stock, some pretty cool cards you see from time to time in Opposition Agent. Gaddock Teeg still coming up as just a nice speed bump for a lot of decks. The extra Solitudes are really nice as well against some of the fair and unfair decks. Mainly looking at Reanimator as just another turn 0 way to interact with creatures. And then Necromentia, which is a pretty interesting card. It allows you to search a player's library for a card that you can name. And then I believe, yeah, they get 2/2s exiled for each card you exile this way from their hand, library, and graveyard. So obviously hitting something like Doomsday or Show and Tell, something like that. It's like a namesake deck. Obviously a card like that is pretty good against, but yeah, pretty keen to see how it goes. A huge thank you to Joe for sending through this list. A big fan of the channel. He's been doing a lot of work recently, so I really, really appreciate it. Hello, Jerry. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Got another hurricane hitting Florida, but that means I get to catch a live one. Tough. That is a tough one, Jer. Definitely stay safe and look out. I can't say that it's too good there. Yeah, Joe, so you can, of course, Green Suns or Fiend Artisan out the Leo, but if you have the Leo in hand, it can be a little bit awkward if you don't have the mana dorks online. So I've always just been a big fan of just being able to cast the spells in the deck from the mana base that we have. And hopefully it doesn't come up. Hopefully there's not a situation where we want the extra black source and have the Trop in play, so that should be pretty interesting to test out, because I have seen some builds that don't play the Trop or a blue source in the mana base for Leovold, but I typically side on the side of caution for that. But yeah, we'll see how it slides. Should be pretty fun. It's been nice to go back to Legacy Maverick for a bit, because I've been jumping around from Naya Depths, a bit of D&T as well, have a league going live tonight on YouTube. We were playing Legacy with Joe Maverick, love the deck name. Nice. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool to see, or at least test out a lot of lists with Green Sun target equivalents of white creatures, which gives you a lot of more space in the deck. And by that I mean, instead of playing 3 or 4 mums, you can play a Sylvan Safekeeper, which gives you an extra 2 or 3 slots. Instead of playing 3 or 4 Spirit of the Labyrinth, you can play a copy of Leovold, as we saw. So this should be pretty interesting. Not too sure what Granham is on, but we will see how this goes. This is a pretty nice hand. It's got a lot of mana, but it allows us to cast our spells. Has obviously access to that Trop, which is cool, so pretty happy to keep this. Hopefully nothing too unfair. Oh, my Twitch chat is overlaid. Ah, that's why. Let me see. That's gonna be fine. I will sort Twitch chat out in a second. What is it doing? I can see it though. Okay, we are going to... Obviously, Knight here is pretty fantastic. A second Knight is even better. And straight away, I'm just going to go for turn 1 Noble here. And then next turn, we definitely have a Knight, even if they have a Thought-Knot Seer, which is pretty great. Wasteland. Alright, going after my mana. A pretty nice hand here for this. This is fine. Dismember. Okay. Very aggressive. A little bit tough here with the Scrubland, but thankfully we draw. We can get the drop here. And this Knight's going to be huge, which is nice. It might even be outside of Dismember range, which is pretty cool. Wow, okay. That is fine. Nice. Now we're looking pretty good. Especially as a 6/6, also stopping something like a Reality Smasher is pretty huge. Yeah, really tough that they obviously went hard on the mana with a threat in play, so I can definitely see where they're going, but we just had a really nice line of having 3 ways to accelerate, and thankfully in all 3 turns having green as well. So this is going to be a matchup where we really love the removal in Solitude. We like the... I don't mind the Plague Engineer as just a way to have another removal spell for something like a Thought-Knot Seer. Potentially some number of Force of Vigors. They don't usually search outside of Eye of Ugin, so I don't think Agent is worth it. The Thalias are a pretty easy cut. Leo's not too bad, especially seeing things like Dismember. Safekeeper can probably come out as well. Oof hitting maybe Jete in the 75, but definitely Walking Ballista is pretty nice. Knight of the Reliquary is great, Grist is great. Endurance isn't too bad, it's just a flash creature. I still think Sheoldred and Beast are still fine, especially as a 4/5 creature and also just a 4/4 creature. Honestly, a pretty good matchup. You really want to have those turn 1 Noble Hierarch, turn 2 Knight plays. I think there could be Needle or Spyglass in the deck, so I think having both forces is fine. Probably just taking out the Safekeeper here. Interesting though, there is a world where I like Safekeeper as just a way to keep something like Dismember off the table. It could potentially trade with the Eldrazi Mimic. Maybe it's better than something like Endurance, just because we have so many good 3-drops here that I'd rather just have an extra 1-drop. I don't want to overload on Force of Vigors either. I definitely don't want to have 2 on my opener. Tough hand. No green mana, which is probably a great reason to mulligan this. Pretty happy to keep this and just put back the Dryad Arbor as our Green Sun's target. That is going to be fine. Let me quickly deal with chat. There we go. Hey Jack, yeah. A blast from the past for sure. I honestly don't mind Wastelanding here. They do have a 2-1 in play, but there is also just Savannah into Dryad Arbor, which would allow us to either sword or knight the following turn, even if they have a Thought-Knots here. And I probably, like, if I get the chance to get knight down, I'm pretty happy to do that, so I'm just going to go for Savannah into Dryad Arbor. Always a little bit tough to wasteland your opponent when they have a threat in play. But I think because we have 2 good spells, I'm happy to allow them to have like a turn 2 Thought-Knot. Warping Whale. I really want to have my 3rd land, so I'm just going to hold up Sword here instead of playing the Oof out. Then we can hopefully untap and play the Knight, or hold up Endurance. Okay. Definitely don't want to take 10. Three mana. Pretty happy just to swords. The Smasher here, getting rid of the Oof. Okay. Happy to land the Knight, and then potentially next turn we can double spell. Another land. 6 mana. Maybe just a big Ballista? Okay. A land here would be nice. It allows us to hold up both Endurance and Sword. But another Knight is just pretty good. No Smasher here is huge. I might as well play Instant Speed here. Can hold up the Endurance and the Sword. Can even draw a card if needed. There's no real point in Wastelanding here. I'd rather hit something like potentially an Eye of Ugin. This is kind of tough as well, because I don't really want to overcommit into the Ratchet Bomb, but it's going to take some time for them to actually do anything. I don't mind just drawing a card here. Okay. That gives us access to Outlet Liberator next turn, which is pretty sweet, because we just get rid of the Ratchet Bomb. So I think we just hold up again. Okay. So this resolves. That triggers. I could outland this turn, but I don't need to. I can hold up Endurance here. I'm going to Sword first and see what we draw. Okay, that's pretty good. They probably just take the Green Suns here. The Plague, okay. I do get punished here if their last card is Warping Whale. Now I just want to pass back to play around a Smasher off the top. They know about the Endurance, they don't know about the Sheoldred. This land. Okay. This is kind of like this first time playing with it, so I don't have too much of a view, but I do think that it's pretty cool as a Fiend Artisan target. It's not too hard to cast either. So we can't play around... So if we Wasteland a Temple, they have to have land and Smasher. Because if we attack with both... no, because they can just chump here. I don't mind attacking with the Knight. Attacking with the Knight puts them potentially to... Yeah, because if I attack with the Knight and then Wasteland if they don't block, it puts them to 2, which also turns off the 2 tombs, and then leaves them just with Cavern and Temple. But if they have 2 cards being... Ah, that does it as well. Nice. Tough. Just gonna run this back. No real changes. I'm not going to just rely on the 1 lander or the once, so pretty happy to mulligan this. Not a big fan of this either. This is a lot better. I'll keep this. I'll bottom the oof. And probably just the Solitude, because I probably just want to ramp first into Dried Arbor. And then potentially ramp for another 1-drop in Wasteland. But a little bit tough off a Forest, but not too bad. So next time we can ramp and also Wasteland, hopefully. Okay. Sure. Wrist. That's pretty interesting. I think that actually makes me want to ramp here. Probably just getting a bird so I can get access to black mana. Sure. I do want to play a land this turn, so that's actually pretty nice. Could have gone for Solitude, but I think getting the Grist online is pretty nice. I'm not a big fan of Leyline of the Leyline Binding. I don't think it does too much for Maverick. And the sequencing can definitely get you. This is a yikes. Guess we block here. A white card on top? I don't think we have an out, because we kind of have to once into a white card for Solitude. But that doesn't get rid of Reality Smasher, because you have to discard as well. I think we'd have stumped. Because we could collect... Is this a target of a spell in opponent controls? Okay, so we could collect a oof, tick down Grist, trade with Reality Smasher. But then we only have 1 land open. There's no way to get oof into play and also have a green card. Oh, a white card for Solitude, unfortunately. Oh, no, yeah, you don't have to discard that either because it's not a spell. Yes. Tough. Really tough. I think Eldrazi is a really good matchup, probably one of our best, so not too much to take away from that. If I go for a white creature off the Solitude, that only gives me an answer to 1 creature. And then the Eldrazi Mimic. Yeah, it's tough. I guess I could Once for a white creature, Solitude the Reality Smasher, make a 1/1, and then jump block the Endless one. So I could take game actions, but I'm not sure about the spot that I would be in after that. But hey, Jittery Mug, welcome. Hope you're well. Enjoyed Squash this week. It's pretty good. Definitely keen to go again. Oh, actually really sore from it. We'd have to use that pool next time. But yeah, cool to see Eldrazi. Nice quick deck to play leagues with for sure. Hasn't got too much recently. I play Yavimaya in my paper version, just because then you can actually hardcast your Once Upon a Times if needed. Coming down for the Australian Open, but nothing before then, Jack. But that should be pretty fun. Then hopefully Eternal Weekend next, or Eternal Masters next year. That'll be cool. You're playing. No, those days are far behind me. Why not the Oz Open? Yeah, big tennis fam, big tennis family. So going down with the whole family. Should be pretty good. I think we're going to the women's finals on the Saturday night. Nice. Yeah, it's a good event. It's probably one of Australia's best sporting events. I probably won't bring a deck down, unfortunately. I'll be down the Friday night and then fly back the Sunday night. So, pretty quick one. And probably just make it a more social occasion with the family. Go out for dinner, drinks. Alright. Round 2. Up there with the Ashes? Yeah, for sure. On the play. Nice. Why not? A lot of mana, but if this once can find a mana dork, I'd be pretty happy. And there we go. Happy to fetch straight away. This means we can get a 4/4 Knight on turn 1, which would be pretty sweet. On turn 2, sorry. It would be pretty sweet on turn 1, let's be honest. Possible with Mox Diamonds. Basic Island Ponder. Definitely gives me combo vibes, but we'll see how this goes. A Lorwyn Ponder. Sorry, a Lorwyn Island to suit the Ponder. Forest. I don't mind fetching here. I guess I don't need to get a Bayou because we have the Ramanap. So my only thought of not fetching there was that it shows we aren't on the Black Splash, but by not fetching it just becomes a 3/3 Knight, which could potentially get bolted, so I'd rather play around that. Force pitching Force. Okay. Interesting. So they're a blue deck that cares about Knight as an early threat. Prismatic Vista. Okay. Most likely a blue-white deck. Which Ramanap isn't going to be great against. But we'll see. Yeah, my only consideration was we have the Ramanap to get a fetch back, so we can get Arbor down the line. Especially here, if they untap, we get to go Ramanap and then hold up fetch in case they go to Fairy Bounce, which we still have the Exalted for to deal with, but That's pretty interesting. 1, 2, 3. I like trying to just get value straight away off Ramanap. This doesn't seem like a Daze deck. Nice. Could be Omni. Typically, the blue-green versions I see are running Snowlands for Icefang Quaddle. But it could be a blue-white shell. Plains. Okay. Hey Cube Club, welcome. Hope you're well. If this is Tef, we get to kill it, which is nice. It could also just be like a back to basics. Played old school. Narset, okay. Pretty happy to get Dried Arbor here because it allows us to put the Narset to 1, which means I can't cash it in for another card. It's also a threat that can't be hit by Prismatic Ending, which we just saw. Second Endurance. Okay. Yeah, typically this sort of deck does not really care about Knight, especially with their mana not really being open to hate, like Wasteland. Question now is, will we see a Supreme Verdict? Volk, okay, they're gonna be 4 color, or 3 color, sorry. Right. The question is, I think here I do want to cast both Endurances, just to really get damage pumping. Get rid of your graveyard. Float 3. And then get rid of the Prismatic Ending. All right. I get to once. I'm gonna force it. Okay. Attack Narset, attack them, attack them. Then we have Sword for Hull Breacher, which is nice. Hey Panda, 2 years is very, very cool. A huge thank you. Hope you're doing well. Mentor's fine. Do we get to respond to the first spell? Yes. And they've already used a force, 2 force negations, and another force that we put back into the deck. a pretty huge win. What do we have? Teeg's interesting. Agent's not too bad, it's just a flash creature. Playing at instant speed as much as possible is always nice. Wasteland. Okay. Don't really want to attack with a Dryad Arbor, because if they have anything, they can just get a free block. I also like holding this. They chose to not shuffle with the Ponder. Yeah, it's true. It's pretty tough. X equals 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay. Yeah, probably one of the only played combos. Fitting into Pioneer is tough as well. For sure. Two, three, four, five. Green Sun's at the top for Questing Beast would be very, very cool. Oh wow, they didn't find anything? Okay. Come on, Green Suns. If I want you now, I want you now. That's pretty good as well. But is it worth it? I think it is. It allows us just to get rid of the Narset, which is pretty good. Three cards. Sanctuary. Probably get back Prismatic Ending. Okay. Sure. One card left. Ooh. Fiend here pretty sweet. Could potentially turn Dryad Arbor into a real threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could go for Sheoldred, we could go for Leovold. Iteration's a little bit scary here. Swords is pretty good. But no Mentor first, which is pretty nice. They are down to 4. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One-time dealer. One-time dealer. Of course. Tough. To be fair, we had the swords off the Narset for the Mentors, so... Hey, Punishing Waterfalls, welcome. Hope you're well. Okay, pretty happy to hold that. That is a second black for Sheoldred, which is pretty nice. Snap Expressive. Waterfalls, what have you been playing recently? I know you've been tossing up between elves. Been playing some pretty sweet lists with Fiend Artisan. Yeah, it's a sweet card to play around for sure. Probably gonna hold the swords for a mentor. Tried out Cephalid. Nice. I think Mengu's streaming Cephalid Breakfast right now. Or at least he was about an hour ago. Yeah, for some reason when I came out, I thought that Fiend Artisan was like Pod, where you could only get the creature above what you sack by 1 CMC, but obviously it's a lot better than that. No Legacy events here, sadly. Just the usual Wednesday Modern. Wednesday Legacy at UMG. But hopefully in the near future, it would be cool to see something come back to the local scene. Alright, deck. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I will stop if they play a mentor. Okay. I feel like a hard cast force coming. That's true, you didn't have to tap off white. I actually could have played that differently and not tapped off white, but I think in this case it's really just looking at more of the deck and getting a better view of what we're up against. It looks like it's just going to be Jeskai Days Undoing. But yeah, definitely no need to tap off white there. Dried Up is gone. If they play something like Teferi, I'm pretty happy to Swords the Snap in response, just so they can't bounce it for value. They chose to shuffle, which is pretty good. Are they a Murktide deck as well? Surely not. I mean, why not? Don't force that. Don't force that. Highlander scene's pretty good. We have monthly, which gets around 15 to 20, and then it's becoming a FNM for UMG, which is pretty cool. So I think that starts on the 28th, potentially. All right. No proxy in Highlander. We have a pretty good community, so if you really need a card, most people have it, no matter what it is. It's always nice to see. I think just to slow down this clock, I'm happy to Swords 1 in response. This also means I can just 6 my turn, which is nice. You haven't played too much Highlander recently. A lot of the 4-5 color decks can just work really well, even in the face of something like Moon or Back to Basics, so... Really been enjoying Legacy a lot more. No Legacy in Melbourne? Tough. That's something I've always like thought Melbourne has a pretty strong scene with, or at least had that thought. Okay. RIP Games Lab. Yeah, as like an outsider, I love that place. Good vibe. The downstairs was very cool as well. Just a good location as well. Sure. Could have also done like an attack and then like a Tef bounce snap swords. Ooh, now we're talking. Ooh. Ah, they have the swords. Prismatic. I can take them off red here, which is kind of nice. Stops like another iteration potentially. They probably run a basic mountain. Green Suns. I'll take it. Do run basic mountain. So I think here we want to trade the Collector Oof for the Teeg. That's pretty easy. I don't mind the agents. I don't mind the extra engineer as well. It's just a way to fight against monks. Because typically a Jeskai player who's down on time will try to go for like a mentor plan post board. But opponent down nearly 9 minutes in game 1, which is pretty huge. My opponent just has 7 cards again. I didn't even realize that they had 7 cards in hand. Alright. This is game 1, correct. Emperor's pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nearly have lethal. Thrun? I would love to play Thrun in like some white deck. Dress Down's just the big issue. But like Thrun is my probably one of my all-time favorite cards. When I first saw that card, I had only just got into Magic and I thought it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. They didn't attack? Opponent. Giving me outs. I think Dress Down's like a pretty common blue sideboard card. Just has a nice sort of application to a lot of different matchups. Oh my gosh. It's tough as well because like you have Thrun, but then you have like Shifting Ceratops, which has pro blue, which is pretty much hexproof because it can't be bounced, and a lot of other things. And then you also have Questing Beast, which I just really like as well. But yeah, really, really tough. Just one of those cards that just doesn't live up to what it should be these days. Easy cuts, Collector Oof. I don't mind cutting some number of mana dorks. Ramanap typically as well in this sort of matchup, but it's not the worst when you have the Canopy in the deck. But I like the Gaddock Teeg. I don't mind the Opposition Agents. Just as like another flash threat, it's pretty sweet. The Solitudes as well. Like we are just going to be making our land drops. I can cut a Knight as well. I don't mind having the Liberator. Safekeeper is a little bit rough, but all in all, it's kind of nice to be able to protect something like Sheoldred potentially. Might just add the 1 Solitude. I want the Plague Engineer, of course, especially to slow down Monastery Mentor. Hey Dan, too kind for the sub. A huge thank you. Hope you and the family are doing well. Hope you had a great time at the Legacy Pit Open. And very cool to see how well you're doing as of recent, especially with Naya Depths. 22 land, 28 creatures, 12 other. Maybe like one more mana dork. I don't mind going down to 3. There's some like pros and cons. Like I don't mind my opponent spending a removal spell on a mana dork. 2 lander, but double Thalia is pretty nice, so I'm okay with this. Like 1 land off the top and we're pretty good. Necro the win cons. Could potentially. A fetch land is what makes this hand. Being able to get black is really, really solid. Okay. Also, Once Upon a Time Alive draw, which is really nice. Green Suns. Still pretty happy here to slam Thalia. Worst case, next turn we can just go and get Dryad Arbor with Green Suns. Oh, they kept a 1-lander? Oh my gosh. Okay, so they're gonna go straight to game 3. Straight to game 3. I don't really want to change too much here. Pretty happy just running back the same sort of deck. I don't think I want to play like a Necro style. I'd rather just try to win the old way. And I think this is close, but it really relies on the top of our deck, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Like if one of these was a land, it would be quite good. But I'm not a big fan of just like risking it, so I will mulligan this. This is pretty much the same but worse, if that's possible. Yeah, going to 5. Okay, that's a lot better. Keep this. I think the Liberator can go, and probably the Plague. And I don't mind having the Opposition Agent. I think having Swords for Mentor is fine. We have another white source for the Swords as well. Opponent goes to 6. Okay. Means I can probably find a creature off the once here. And Teeg's actually a really nice one. Now we just want to go drop into Bird, and then the Verdant can get a scrub land. Oh, well now we're just passing. You love to see it. Oh, they have the Force. Okay, that's fine. Because next turn, even if they have Mentor, we can play Teeg and then Swords, so they can't force it. Okay. Don't think I want Dryad Arbor just yet. See what they do here. If Teferi is a bounce on Bird, we can go and get Dryad Arbor. They're going to tick up. Okay. I don't want to lose this land to a Supreme Verdict, so... to neg 3... Yeah. It's pretty solid. one card left. Okay. Wait till their end step. They didn't use Tef? Interesting. The Wandering Emperor, but they only have one planes. They bounced that. Okay. Tundra. Okay. Interesting that they played it in the face of the Wasteland, because now we get to Wasteland it and take them off the double white. Ooh. We know that one card is Wandering Emperor. We could go for Questing Beast and then take out the Narset. Don't mind that. Is that greedy? We have 14 minutes. The other line is attack Narset with Dried Arbiter 1 and then Green Suns for 3 for either Grist or Leovold. I don't mind Grist. Yeah, QB is pretty cool, but yeah, I think I think QB. As good as the Wasteland is. I mean, Grist could also get rid of one of these to take out a threat. Yeah, I think it is. Like, this is probably the exact situation you kind of run Questing Beast for, so yeah, I think, yeah. Emperor not exiling the QB either is pretty huge. Questing Beast. Attacks. Attack them. Gonna be hitting, if we do get through, the Narset, because it does flick into another card. Also turns off, like, Days Undoing off the top. Verdict's pretty good. Definitely want to Wasteland 1 Tundra. We don't currently have time. Or the extra green mana for Endurance. They find a sword. Okay. Come on, Grist. It's not too bad. I think we're just going to cast the Endurance anyway. I don't mind just getting a forest. This means I can hold up white through back to basics. Take them away from like Snap into Supreme Verdict. That's fine. I was trying to think of double white, and Solitude is exactly the cards. That's very true. And I should be playing towards cards that I actually know I have, and not cards that they could have. Especially because I can't really play around back to basics, let's be honest. Yeah, it was also if we untap, and then we get a sword something, potentially. Okay, Verdict won't help you. Nice. Interesting. They went for another jewel. Ah, because of that. Okay. Joe, it's happening. This could be the Bayou. Come on, fetch land. Nice. Hey, Master G, a huge thank you. Hope you're doing well. All right. Okay, okay. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm trying to get to a point where they might brainstorm, and then we can wasteland the Scalding Tarn response. The one white definitely doing us pretty hard here. Ooh. What are these? Samurai. Damn. Bounce and attack. Oh my gosh. Now I just feel bad. I thought they would have got there. I thought they would have got there. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not how you play MTGO. That is not... Oh my gosh. That's not... Oh my gosh. Apologies. Well, we got there. I would love to have, like, lined into them. Pretty sweet hand. Pretty sweet hand. Doesn't get too much better than this. Misty. Forest. Oh, elves? Okay. Oh, okay. Pretty happy to take the plague here. And then fetch into Bayou for birds, just in case they get rid of either. Don't really care about the... It could also be a post. So potentially the plague was incorrect, but my read is elves, so... See what land they play. Seiju still doesn't give away what they're on, but I'm going to assume that it's going to be post. Yeah, I guess I don't mind just naming elf here. Did you get access to... I'm assuming they'll go for Cradle though, so... What do I want to do? I don't mind just taking this turn to play Dryad Arbor. And then Swords the Reclaimer. I could also play Cradle, because if they turn it into a post, I want Endurance as a threat. So I think Cradle here is fine as well. It's probably better. They could also be thinking about Opposition Agent here, but they can't really play around that. I wonder if that's what they're thinking. Do they have Opposition Agent? Because we got Plague Engineer, they know about that, but we didn't play it. So it's like, what else is he holding up? Or they? Alright, they're gonna go for it. And it is going to be post. Okay. In that case... We'll swords this. Thalia, Dryad Arbor, hold up Endurance. I think that's the play. They probably just copy post here. 2 for 5 mana. 2, 4, 3, 6, 7, so they can Green Suns for Titan? No. Okay. Ah, can I get Titan with Thalia? Correct. Come on, Wasteland. Still a good draw. Let's play Canopy and draw a card here to see if we can draw into a Wasteland or Once Upon a Time. Actually, Once Upon a Time doesn't do it. Drop. Okay. Let's play Engineer. Probably just naming Elf. They probably play one off Endurance, one off Ramanap, one over Rexage. And I believe Rexage is still an Elf. Okay. They can't have Endurance up, which is really nice. And thankfully Green Suns for Questing Beast gets through Glacial Chasm. Alright, there's prime time. But do they have a second white source? Sorry, green source. Yes. I think I should have got a Savannah here. It would have made it a lot easier to get Thalia into play the turn we just held up Endurance and also play Swords. And then also just for Solitude as well, having the second white source would have been pretty nice. Not going to Solitude just yet, because if we draw into a white source, we can just hardcast it. Okay. Ramanap. Get back Canopy and draw a card. Okay. 1, 2, Liberator. Cast and pitch. Attack with all except for bird. And hope. But the eye, so the Cloudpo is currently tapped for 4. So 12, 13, 14, 15, minus 7. With one land, they can get a 10-drop with Eye of Ugin and play it, which is pretty brutal. Or potentially just Green Suns. Four, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or 18 mana with the 2 less from the Eldrazi. I assume we see an Ulamog this turn. Unless they think a Green Suns for another Titan is good enough. Probably another Glimmer in the Last Cloud. Maybe a Chasm. I don't really care about Chasm though. The funny thing is, even if I have double Wasteland next turn, they can still cast Emrakul with me taking them off double Cloud Post. Yeah, it's a yikes for me, dog. Guess we get to draw a card here. Yeah. Fast Bond would be pretty interesting. Solitudes, yes. Plague Engineer out, Collector Oof out. I like the Force of Vigors. I don't mind. I like the Opposition Agents, obviously. Sheoldred can come out. I don't mind the Necros, just to see how they go. The Kidding Primetime's pretty huge. Safekeeper out. Probably Leovold coming out as well. Beast is quite nice, especially against the Thalias can most likely come out. Swords, Fiend, Outlet Liberator, Once Upon a Times. Grist. I could just cut an Endurance here. I think that's pretty good. Not too bad. But is it good enough? Like, this is a kind of hand where it's just like, oh, we can play the mid-game, but like, there's no Wasteland, there's no Swords Plowshares for Elvish Reclaimer. Just like a good mid-range hand, which I don't think is actually that good. Like, Ramanap without Wasteland is pretty bad. Green Suns off the Forest for Dried Arbor means we have to draw into a Black Source for Grist. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to mulligan a little bit aggressively. This is a no-lander, but we do have Once. And Knight and Opposition Agent. So I'm actually happy to keep this and bottom one once. And then just take the roll. A lot better on the draw, but here we are. You don't often keep no-lane hands, but this is probably the closest one I've ever kept. It's a yikes from me, dog. It's a risk you take. That's the risk I take for you. I don't care about Reclaimer too much here because of the Solitude and Knight. Still pretty happy to take the draw here before I Solitude. Okay. I also don't want to Wasteland here because I really want the extra mana for me. Oh wow, they attack. I really like holding up Opposition Agent here more than anything else. Oh, they allow it. Do I want to tap out here for Night? No, because then I can Wasteland the Cloud Post if they try to go for it. So we get to attack with the Opposition Agent, which is nice. Because even if they have Endurance, we have the Swords. Now I'm just going to hold up, because drawing a land actually turns Green Suns onto 3. Over halfway to making Dak Fade and Hull Breach and Minsc and Brew Saga Maverick. Nice. It sounds very Mavericky. My mana base. Okay. I think we're just going to go for Night here because we also have an out to something like Pithy Needle on Wasteland. And I'm not going to attack here. Yeah, another Endurance would be pretty brutal. But now they're also in a weird spot. Chasm's going to be fine. Oh, they get rid of a forest. It doesn't tap for mana. Huh. Don't have great attacks here. So I don't really want to get rid of the chasm. I actually like just getting an extra draw here. Hey Dread, thank you for the 12 months. That is really nice. A huge thank you. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, ho ho ho. Honestly, I just want to attack with the knight here. Seeing that we have endurance, it means they can't like copy the eye. The eye goes to the bin, they get a 3/4. Yeah, that doesn't do anything, so I think we actually... just attack with one. Ah, the chasm, of course. And what do we care about? Like, I don't really want to give them 3 cloud posts or 4 2/2s. I think I'd rather just pass here with endurance open. I don't want to give them the ballista either. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's a tough one. Cloudpost doesn't typically play Wasteland. They actually play something like Pithing Needle or yeah, usually Pithing Needle to name Wasteland. These are obviously just not that great when the agents are in play. That's the issue. But Necro taking, like, giving them... So, choose a card name other than a basic land card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name and exile them. The player shuffles, then creates a 2/2 black zombie. Like, giving them 8 power is pretty bad. Like, maybe that's not the way about it. Like, Teeg's actually pretty interesting because it turns off their green suns, which I think are a lot better than ours. Oh, the cards in hand. Ah, exiled from the hand. Okay, okay. I don't mind this. I kind of like having Teeg there. Pretty nice hand. Pretty nice hand. Yeah, B1, that's very true. That's probably a stage where I would want to go for... Green Suns or Primetime. It took a while to get it out. And yeah, Sheoldred could just be a good threat. It is quite big as well. Okay. So they could be holding up crop here. Ah, because it's loss of life and not damage dealt. That's pretty interesting. Honestly, here I don't mind just paying for the noble. They might think... No, okay, I was going to say they might think I have Cradle in hand. I do get hit here if they have crop away the Tabernacle for Cloudpost and then untap with 2, 4, 5 and one more land for 6 for a primetime. Could also just be respecting crop a little bit too much, but it looks like they might have it here. Okay. One, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to think if there's a way for me to Solitude now, but I think I just want to... Yeah, Tabby and Lands is obviously really nice as well, because Lands is very well positioned, at least in my opinion. I know Ali's been doing very well with it. If I float this for white and then get Cradle, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, which allows us to cast Solitude, hitting the Ramanap. It taps us off the Wasteland, it taps us off the Night, which isn't great either. I think I just want to do this. Do I even care about the Hierarch at this point? I don't think I do because they have the Ballista. Hmm. I think I'm just going to pass and then upkeep Solitude after they pay. Two, three, four. Okay, that's fine. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna get a fetch here. I'm actually gonna get a wasteland. Yeah. Dismember's fine. I think it was so I couldn't like wasteland myself or something to make it bigger than a 5/5. It's in the bin. Hmm. See if I can take them off green. Oh, wow. The question is, do I want to? I think I do. Because I could keep 3 mana, 4 mana for Green Suns for Ramen up next turn than Wasteland, but I'd rather just hit one now. And then get in. That's true, they could have pumped Ballista as well. All right. Three, 4. So stuff's for 3, and then 4 mana means they can pump this up once. The tab's a little bit annoying because I don't really want to get another creature. But I kind of want to do something with my turn, so... Am I getting Bayou Green Suns? Do I want Bayou? Drop in case we draw Leo, which might actually be in the sideboard now. Yeah, classic. Good one. But yeah, should have definitely done this main phase 1. Oof. I mean, they do now have just 6 mana. Needle's fine. But now I should have got the double black because of Necro. That was just a easy mistake. Yeah, could definitely play an Ignobled Hierarch for sure. Oh, did I not? But I floated the mana. That's really tough. So I floated the mana off the Hierarch, and then didn't pay for it, and then it's taken the mana out of the pool? It's a bug? That's rough. That's really rough. There's no great... I guess I can attack. Because they can bump it up once, make it a 3/3. You can't float from it if you click no? Okay. Gotcha. I feel like I could have played this game a lot better. Especially with like my mana sequencing. Like being able to Necro away prime time would be huge. Just to not have to worry about it. I think next time I'm just going to Green Suns for Outland Liberator and deal with the Walking Blister. No attack is pretty huge, so I don't care about this. Now I think we just Necro for prime time. They have an endurance in hand. 2 Dismembers, 1 more Needle, 1 more Walking Blister, an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunter, an Emrakul, pretty stock. 1 endurance left, 1 in hand. Okay, now they have endurance mana. They pretty much deal 10. Nice. I wonder if that is shoot in response. Oh, so if they think we're getting Collector Oof, they could just make a big creature, or they could make a big creature and then throw it at me before I get Collector Oof. But if I get Outland Liberator and they deal with the Walking Blister, then I get to just take away the Pithing Needle and Wasteland, so I kind of hope... No, they don't. Okay. I'm just going to deal with this now before they can untap and deal a bunch of damage. It's also interesting that they could have actually just held up endurance instead of paying for the additional counter of 4. Ugh. Pretty good. Yeah, I'll have to double check with the Noble Hierarch situation. Because I'd love to know why, if I am doing something incorrect. Okay, well, doesn't have... Grist. Which honestly, I should have just gone for Knight, because then at least I can try to get Caracas, but then they can just bounce it and stuff. I think this is actually just my doom, unfortunately. I don't think I have a great out there. Yeah, I guess I would have exiled some, but pretty tough. A really slow, weird game, but always fun to play against another green mage. Yeah, Caracas is only good if I can like swing back and deal lethal. Obviously, it's being able to pick itself up and then just destroy the Caracas or exile it on the down is pretty tough. Big yikes. Alright. Alright, hide. Great hand. Happy to keep this. Gonna go for a Bayou, then we can turn to Leo. Only kept 7. Hey, Fort. Yeah, very, very cool. I probably could have played this third match a little bit different, but it was a weird, like, I don't know, it was very slow. But all in all, pretty cool. I really enjoy seeing people around on post again, which is nice. I know there was a really good primer put out on the Legacy subreddit today. Seiju. Crop. Tabernacle? Is this just going to be lands? I don't really care about Tab because we have the Wasteland and we have 2 mana here. We also get to flip the Liberator, which is pretty awesome. Just going to Wasteland this now to play around any sort of green effect. Attack with Liberator and pass. Yeah, how are you finding Mono Green Post online? I know the map. Okay. Interesting to play it out because we can just kill it for free, which is really nice. This hand worked out really, really nice for us, let's be honest. So this is going to be most likely just a Legacy Lands deck with an Urza's Saga plan. That's why they're playing the map. So all I really want are the agents and the forces. Force and agent. Safe Keeper can come out. I don't mind the Ufit hitting Mox Diamonds. Liberator's fine. Thalia is a pretty mediocre, especially against Caracas. I think that's just going to be the cut. Plague Engineer is pretty bad as well. Endurance is great. Grist is fine. Leo's pretty good, especially if they're playing Wasteland, Caracas, and Rishtemport. Yeah, Outland Liberator there was baller, I'm going to say. Probably not Sheoldred, but... I mean, opponent can just loam, so I don't think this is really where I want to be with Sheoldred. I don't mind bringing back in some number of Thalia. It can be annoying. And it is just a white card to pitch to Solitude if needed. A little bit awkward with the Dryad Arbor, but I don't mind keeping it, especially with a Force of Vigor start. Nice. Do we see a... Exploration? Or just a loam? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think it's the Fiend Artisan here that I want to drop. Just because I kind of want the land drop of Dryad Arbor, and having Questing Beast for Mazavith is just so huge. Wasteland? Close. But that's really nice as well as just an extra land drop. But honestly, that Force of Vigor is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6 for 2, so a 3 for 1. Which is pretty sweet, because typically they'll just buy a bunch of cards off that Sylvan Library straight away. Needle's fine, most likely on Wasteland. They could also just name Knight, but I think Wasteland's probably the better name. Just, yeah, stops a Wasteland off the top as well. Drop is sweet. That means that next time we're definitely playing the Questing Beast. Also leaves the Dryad Arbor in hand for a Force of Vigor, potentially. They have their own Wasteland, that is fine. We're going to hold up their creature. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be a 2/2, so I can attack with both creatures here. They probably either get map or spell bomb with their saga. Map. Most lists don't play spell bomb anymore? Okay. Well, that's good to know. Oh. What do I want to do here? I think it's got to be Green Suns for Outland Liberator. Take out the needle, the constructs become 4/4s. Take out a construct, one construct becomes a 4/4. I don't mind that. And then we can attack for 5 again with the Exalted, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, I think it will be Green Suns for Liberator. Ooh. So I'm going to assume that the map potentially gets Caracas to bounce the Questing Beast. I could also go for Grist and then get rid of the Dryad Arbor. Oof does turn off both of these, but it doesn't make these smaller. A lot of nice options. We got a lot of time as well to talk about it. I think Outland Liberator I want to get some value off. I don't want to just trade it 1-for-1, especially with a token. I think Grist is pretty sweet. I don't even... Yeah, I do want to use these 4 lands because I want to play the Dryad Arbor. You could also just get a Bog, potentially. Bog means they could attack the construct into the Grist, but then they don't have an out to the Questing Beast, which is nice. They just played a land as well, so now they can't map and play the same thing. Oh, I feel like they shouldn't have played this. And I think they've just... I think they've kind of just like... Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate opponent. Ooh. Is that the win? I should have actually used Knight there as well. That was a huge mistake. Yeah, let's see what we flip. Land? Land. Nice. They'd go to 12. We would swing for 9. I guess they could have Endurance. Is the last card Endurance? Maybe I should have read that? Maybe that was the read. Apologies, team. Okay. We learn. We learn. Yeah, now they can map for Caracas. Which, to be fair, doesn't work as great because the Questing Beast has haste. I don't think they have time to Saga again. Will he get Mazabeth? Oh, no opponent. No! No! Oh, no opponent. Apologies. Oh, I feel for them. I feel for them, but you gotta learn some way. And this is the way you learn. Oh, can we win from this? Green Suns. Exalted is 6. Green Suns. Exalted is 6. Exalted is 6. Exalted is 6, 4. 5. Can Green Suns deal damage? No. Honestly, I think I'm just going to attack. Yeah, the Beast does have text. Like, Questing Beast is not a legacy staple. You definitely don't think of it as a, Yeah, these are the... Oh, no. Yeah, I think it's just going to be Night tick up. Yeah, that's a really tough one. That's a really tough one. All right, let's finish this 3-2. Let's finish this 3-2. Too many abilities, I know. Honestly, how can people complain about Murktide when it has no text compared to Questing Beast, which has all of the text? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Yorion. Pretty happy to keep this hand. A lot of good ramp. Okay. Yeah, Flooded Strand doesn't typically... Like, it could be the, like, off-color fetch land for them. Which is fair enough. I think Flooded Strand probably gives away the least amount, but these two colors makes me think it's going to be some sort of Esper deck. Oh, it could be Cephalid Breakfast. Could definitely be Cephalid. Okay. Honestly, I don't just want to die, so I'm going to take them off blue and then play Safekeeper out, which I'm not going to be protecting in any way, but... This is tough, because if they just have the two creatures, then we just like have to hold up Sword here, but I also want to develop my mana. Wow, Force Negation. Okay. It's a very aggressive Force. Wow, Lily? Okay. Oh, that's quite nice. Means we can get rid of the Collector Oof, and then hopefully next turn just play the Questing Beast. Okay. If you try to bounce the Thalia, they don't draw. Probably discard the... Oof. No, I get to double spell then, so I think it is Sword, because next time if I draw a land... I guess if I draw a land, I'm playing the Questing Beast, but... We'll see what happens. Yeah, so here we get to return this, so they don't draw. And then we get to draw a land, and Questing Beast is Liliana? Yes! Yes! Haha! You love to see it. We're coming for you. My opponent has said I have officially been outspiced. Alright, this Ponder still has a lot of good hits. Well, they chose to shuffle, but... Last Hope, that's fine. Okay. I think I'm going to take out the Teferi. And then I think here it is Green Suns for... It's actually a tough one. I don't really want to get tapped off the Caracas here, but they did shuffle. So I actually think Green Suns for Grist is pretty sweet, even though they have the Liliana. Oh, we haven't played a land, have we? I could also take them off blue. That's pretty strong. I think taking them off blue is pretty nice here. A lot of good options. It's nice to have two threats here that aren't impacted as much by Liliana. Yorion to hand, they have 2 cards in hand. Oh! 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 Do we see the line, chat? Do we see the line? I think we go... Return to hand, play a land, play a fresh Questing Beast, and now we get to kill the Liliana. Attack them, attack Lily. Nice. Oh, it's got the tick up. I thought it was 6 in total. Yeah, that's a... Hopefully it doesn't get back to bite us. Okay. I thought it was a cool play. So. We're going to be playing up against Yorion... Deck. I like the opposition agents. That's probably it. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Why didn't that Lily die? We dealt 4 to them. Because the beast was a 4/4. It's a new beast, right? It wasn't negated by Liliana. Maybe I got that wrong. Safekeeper can definitely come out. Plague's interesting, but probably not. I'm just going to go down on a Thalia. Probably collect Oof. I don't mind just having an extra Solitude. Even as a flash creature against a Planeswalker deck is pretty sweet. If we can keep them off Teferi. Pretty happy to keep this. Maybe they're on Kanth? I'm not sure what Kanth is. Or Karth, sorry. We didn't find the green source. Question is if we find Wasteland or not. No, we do find a Trop. I actually don't mind just Verdant. And then fetch for Savannah. I guess Bayou turns on a lot of lines as well. Especially for black. Karth, the Lion legendary creature. Oh wow, okay, that is going to concede. Ramming up attack the player. That was my bad. That was my bad. Well, we went 3-2. Which isn't too bad, going down to Post and Eldrazi, which, funnily enough, are probably decks that I would say are pretty decent matchups for Maverick, but yeah, overall, deck was sweet. Like, it's really nice to have Leovold as a Green Sun's target in this deck. I think the big question is like, is Leovold filling kind of the same role as Sheoldred? And if so, would you rather have another green creature instead of Sheoldred? Like if we are running Sylvan's Safekeeper, potentially you could run Titania as your last creature in the Green Suns package. Seeing that you're only running 3 knights as well, so you do have an extra sort of piece of oomph above the beast, but yeah, deck was awesome. There was a spot where we actually had the Trop in play where I wanted the second Bayou for the Sheoldred, so there's definitely a little bit of wiggle room there. But I could see this becoming more of a Fiend Artisan list. Like if you go down on a Solitude, if you go down on potentially an Endurance to the sideboard, you can fit in 2 more Artisans, which just allow you to make use of things like mid to late game Mana Dorks, or even double ups on things like Thalia, which is pretty cool. Yeah, overall deck was sweet. A huge thank you to that Maverick Joe for the list. I also have a Abzan Depths list coming in from him, so I'll have that up hopefully sometime on the weekend, which would be pretty cool to go through. But yeah, Necromancy is definitely an interesting one. It seems very good in the matchups where you're playing its namesake decks, like potentially Cloudpost or Doomsday or Show and Tell. I don't mind it. I think a lot more testing with it. It is pretty tough being a 3-drop against combo decks like that. Are usually going to be comboing you out before you even get to the double black needs. So potentially we need to think about the mana base or the like the ignobled hierarch being ignoble noble number 3 here, which would be something to keep in mind. But that is gonna be me. I'm gonna send you guys over to Mengu, who I believe is still streaming. Arama is still streaming. Nice. A huge thank you to you guys for the for coming in and watching. I'll be back maybe even tomorrow night. We'll see how we go. But until then, enjoy your weeks ahead. Stay safe. If you want to find me on YouTube, you of course can find me here. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers.